Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tarastrology and I will be doing your May 2020 reading. This reading will be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. And yeah, we're gonna just jump in. This is a general reading. I always have to say that for you guys because this might not fully pertain to your situation in whole. So for those of you who want something that is a little bit more personalized, I have my links below in the description box so you can contact me for a private reading. But that's my only self-promotion I'm going to have for this video. So let's just jump right in and start shuffling the cards. I hope you guys are doing okay because I know this is all so crazy. Everything that's going on lately, right? You know, we're in the middle of a pandemic and being people, you know, like Virgos are really conscious of their health. So I feel like a situation like this is really going to make you feel uncomfortable. And, you know, I mean, everyone's uncomfortable. But I just hope that it's not affecting your health and mentally or physically too much. Hopefully you guys are staying safe in every way, but also I hope that it's just not making you too depressed. I know that most of you are, you know, you guys are very hard workers. That is a very lovely quality about Virgos that, you know, almost everyone can kind of admire, right? And now you have this situation where, like, most of you are probably out of a job or at least temporarily not working or just working from home, and it's a little bit, you know, there's no break anymore. And I know that's probably a lot. So I hope everyone's trying to take care of their mental health. I've said in the video before, they're not sponsoring me, I'm just saying it. What is it? It's an app, it's called, hopefully it'll come to me. Bright Minds, there we go, sorry. And you can contact them for a free subscription for the year. And it has a lot of guided meditations, which could really help with something at this time. So I just want to put that out there. You know, for those of you that are kind of struggling and are looking for something to help them unwind. And I'm going to pull the rest of the cards, honestly, but these are the first two to jump out. So we have the Six of Swords with Justice. I feel like there's some karma being redistributed, and I feel like some truth has come out in this past month with April, and I feel like you're kind of wanting to run away from it. It's not too overwhelming where there's like no action, but I just feel like you want to like get out of here. I feel like there's some things that are just really coming to light that are weighing kind of heavy on you right now. And with the Justice card, you know, it kind of represents, like, I think for a lot of times, if this isn't something that's like actually a court proceeding, which probably isn't for most of you, then I feel like what it really relates to is, because the numerology is like related to 2, which is kind of like a partnership. So I feel like there's someone, like a close friend or perhaps a lover, that something really came out, and now either you've done wrong and you're kind of feeling that, or they have and it came out to you. And I just feel like you kind of want to get away, like you don't even want to deal with it. You're just like, what the fuck? Or you could just be seeing something and some truths coming out, like maybe you didn't even find out firsthand. Five of Swords. I feel like the Five of Swords is relating to an internal conflict that you're having, because 5 is all about change, so there needs to be a change in the perspective, a change in the way that you're thinking, right? And I feel like you have to change your way of thought, because right now you want to run, but that's not really going to help the situation. You want to run away from the truth. You want to run away from something that you deeply know, that like just kind of needs to be said. And I feel like you're trying, there needs to be a change because you're internally conflicted that you think everything is going to kind of crumble down because of this. And it might actually, like, might be a restful period, but I don't necessarily know that it's going to be the end of something, you know? I think you might be making it more of a conflict than it needs to be. But I really do think that you're the one that's putting this conflict on yourself. Stepping back might help you a little bit. I think you're too close to the situation. 2 of Pentacles. 3 of Wands. 4 of Cups. There needs to be a balance of something. I feel like you're either trying to, like, you're trying to juggle 2 people or 2 like things right now. It could be that you're trying to juggle like 2 opportunities, 2 jobs, and with the 3 of Wands, I feel like you have these opportunities and this ability to venture out, and if it's in relation to a person, because this is a general reading, I feel like you're trying to balance like 2 people in your life right now, like your feelings for 2 of them perhaps, and maybe this is that truth that you're trying to run away from, that internal conflict, but I feel like you're trying to just kind of look on, and the reason why you're looking outside of all of this is because you feel like there's something deeper for yourself. Like maybe you're just kind of investing your time and all of your like thought into these connections with these people, but in actuality it's like you need to work on yourself, and new opportunities will come, and you will have the ability to kind of look outward and create new things and create a path for the things that you truly desire. But right now you're focusing so much on trying to juggle how you feel about 2 people. And I feel like you're becoming apathetic with this 4 of Cups. Like you're not really seeing the light in things, you know? This 4 of Cups, they have all of the cups in front of them. They have things, you know, their emotions are filled, but they kind of are just closing their eyes, like they don't really see it. It's like you're meditating, but you can't really visualize it. And I say when you're meditating, because I also brought it up, but because in this card, that's what she's doing. It's like her eyes are closed to this, but she's not really finding all of the beauty. It's like she can't see that there's something more. She can't see that there's that 4th cup above her because her eyes are closed. So what I feel like for you guys this means is that there's something that you're missing because you're just like keeping your eyes shut to the beauty because you're too like scared, and you're just focusing too deeply on other people. But you have to find that balance within yourself, and that is again relating to that meditation, is like finding that health for yourself and finding that sense of ease will help you make these decisions, and not only the decisions, but kind of really help you navigate through your emotions a lot easier. So let's pull some more cards. Wheel of Fortune. This month is loving this. 5 of Wands. And the King of Wands. So with the Wheel of Fortune, you know, if you go to Atlantic City and you play slots, you could win a lot of money, but you could also lose a lot of money. And that's what this card is about. What I was just speaking earlier of that karma, the things that you're putting in, the good, you're going to get back on that. And it could be really great. But it could also be that you've been having a lot of manifestation coming, and now, you know, you're kind of starting to lose a little bit of that. This is all depending on your perspective. This is all depending on how much work you put into yourself. If you stop putting into yourself, you're going to lose it. Because you're putting too much focus on other people, which means that your energy is lacking and it's becoming dull. But if you're focusing on yourself, then you're going to have a lot of new opportunities and great things are going to flourish in. We have the 5 of Wands here. there's a conflict within your desire. There are some arguments happening. So I feel like, if you really do not pay attention and you don't start to focus on yourself, then there's going to be conflicts all around you. You could also be conflicting with another person. This person could be very dominant. They could be a fire sign. We could be talking about a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. They don't necessarily have to be, but this person exudes confidence. They exude authority. And in some way, I feel like you kind of back down to them. And you might feel like, I feel like I have to say this, like you almost feel like you kind of don't deserve them and like they're better than you. And that's not really true. But you're going to conflict with them if you're feeling sorry for yourself and you're not putting in that work, because they're going to make you feel that way. They're going to make you feel less, like they're going to make you feel like they're in charge because they're the king. And it doesn't need to be like that, because, you're in charge of your own life. You have your own, strengths, really. Like you have a lot of strengths that you're not really acknowledging. 10 of Cups. The Hanged Woman. And Temperance. So with the 10 of Cups and the Hanged Woman, I feel like, you could have everything. Everything could be really great. Especially in regards to this person. Though you might be conflicting with them, I think you have the ability to have a happy home life. And to get that and to really be like, wow, I've got it all, it's coming in, this Wheel of Fortune is gonna give me everything that I want, you have to learn to surrender. The Hanged Woman is like, you kind of can't put in any action right now. So though you might feel like you need to move, and right now I think the universe is kind of telling you, you can't, I think you're going to notice that your only option is going to kind of have to be to pull back from everything, to focus on yourself. That's the only way you're going to get anywhere. If you don't surrender, you're not going to get there. Temperance card is coming up to tell me that there needs to be a balance of energies. You're either all one way or all the other, and you're not really ever in the middle. And the reason why is because you have intense emotions, and you guys try to make everything really logical, and emotions are not logical. So you have to find the middle center where you are trying to balance your head and your heart, because you can put them in a place where they're in agreement. But that's only going to come when you start to kind of settle in and settle down and really focus on what you want. You're focusing on other people too much. And that's not going to be beneficial. And if you're focusing too much on like other opportunities, like something just kind of coming in and coming your way, I'm not saying don't put the work in for something, but sometimes if you push too much, it's going to come off as needy, and that needy energy kind of pushes things away. It pushes people away, it pushes opportunities away in all aspects. So by surrendering, I think you'll see a lot more. With the Temperance card, as well as like when the 9 of Cups comes up, I always tell people to be careful about the tendency to overindulge. If you're feeling like you can't really manage your emotions and your head, if the logistics of a situation don't really match up with your emotions of the situation, don't try to turn to substances as a way to cope or to understand, because that will actually lead you to be more confused, because you are shifting your, not perspective, but you're shifting your energy in a way. And even though you might feel good in the moment, you're shifting in a way that's not really beneficial for your body overall. It's just kind of more of, it's triggering certain hormones, You have to kind of think of that situation a little bit more logically so that you don't have the tendency to overindulge. Yeah. So that's your reading for this month. Let's see what the bottom of the deck is. The bottom of the deck is the Magician. So with the Magician, I feel like this is a month where you could really have everything. You have everything at your fingertips. You have all of the tools that you need. People are helping you at this time in some way, shape, or form, but you need to trust that you have the ability to make these things happen. And you can only really do that, truthfully, you can really only do that by shifting everything away from other people and on yourself. The more work you put onto yourself, the better that you'll be, and the more readily you'll be able to handle difficult situations. If you don't run from things and you face things head on, you're going to grow a lot more. So I hope that this reading was helpful for you guys, and yeah, I hope that you have a lovely May. So have a good one, guys, and I'll see you next month. Bye.